guys, happy 2017. Let me go ahead and say I know it has been a while since you guys have seen me. It was my intention to make this video a long time ago, but I just got caught up in a lot of things. We had a lot of things going on. But welcome back to Quartz Catch. I'm here to share with you basically my natural hair journey, or how I transitioned to natural without doing the big chop. So just to give you some back history, I actually started going natural because my husband asked me to. He is in love with natural hair. He thinks it's really pretty. He really likes my natural hair. So he asked me, you know, to go natural to see if I would like it, and definitely because he liked it. So I started going natural in 2014 when I got pregnant. And I started doing it then partially because I knew my husband wanted me to do it, and because when I was pregnant I really didn't want to put any chemicals in my hair. So fast forward to after I delivered my son, I had some really bad postpartum hair loss from breastfeeding. So y'all excuse Bryson, he's downstairs playing, so y'all might hear a toy or a laugh or even crying, but he good. I had some postpartum hair loss and my hair got really thin in the front. So as I started to transition to natural, I noticed that my natural hair growing in was a lot thicker and a lot fuller and stronger than my relaxed hair. So after I had my son, I didn't really want to put a relaxer on it with me having the hair loss that I had in the front. So I went to my stylist, who I've been going to for about 5 or 6 years. She told me, you know, it's the breastfeeding, basically all your nutrients are going to your breast milk. They're not, the things that supplied your hair and nails are now going to your breast milk, and it happens so, you know, some women, and it'll resolve. So I decided not to get a relaxer and decided just to keep my hair natural because it was already pretty thin in the front, and I was just like, I don't want to do anything to compromise it getting stronger or staying, you know, in the healthy state that it's in. So while attempting to let my hair grow back in, and it wasn't like a whole lot, it was just one patch like right here that kind of just kind of came out, and I was just freaking out. But once I got to her, it really wasn't that big of a deal. So in the meantime, I started trying protective styles, and I will insert some footage and some clips. I did a lot of weaves. I make my own wigs. I made wigs and I would wear them religiously. I did braids, crochet braids. I did a lot of like braid outs and twist styles, and this was my go-to style, a bun. And I started to learn my natural hair, and I actually started to fall in love with my natural hair. The one thing that I did find is that it's so much easier to deal with, because, you know, when you are relaxed and you need a relaxer, you hate that time because you feel like there's nothing that you can do with your hair. And after a while, I started to fall in love with my natural hair because it was really convenient. I just pull it up and it would be pretty. I wouldn't have to worry about a relaxer, and my relaxed hair just gradually started to just fall out. Like it, and my stylist told me, she said, when you're transitioning to natural, your natural hair will be the dominant texture. It will take over your head. And I did not do a big chop, guys. I repeat, I did not big chop my hair. I'm going to insert some clips or footage of how my hair looked as I was transitioning, but my natural hair just began to grow and grow and grow and grow, and before I knew it, like completely in the back, the relaxed hair was just gone and it was just natural. I will say the place where I had the most, I would say, hangover, where the relaxed hair just kind of took its time coming out, was in the middle. That's the thickest part of my hair, and for some reason that hair just did not want to let go. It held on for forever. But I started wearing more natural styles, like I do the bun and the back curl, and I'll even insert a picture to show where I have like these little strings, and people were telling me like, oh my gosh, Courtney, just cut those strings off. you're not even gonna miss them, like let it go. And I was like, no, I don't want to cut my hair. And then I found myself when I got to the point, and I was just like, I gotta get rid of these strings. So at work, I would just cut them. I would let my friend cut some, and eventually, you know, it just was gone. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips to transitioning to natural without the big chop. Number one, make sure that you transition for the right reason, because if you don't, you won't be motivated to continue doing it. For me, it was more so for health concerns, and because when I, you know, thought about it, I was just like, a relaxer is probably going to damage my hair more. So make sure that you transition for the right reasons. Make sure it's something that you really want to do, because you have to be dedicated to it, and you definitely have to stick to it. Number two is, if you're going to use heat, do it very sparingly. I will say that the first year that I transitioned, I did get my hair done on a weekly basis. But that was just to make sure that it was staying healthy. My stylist used very minimal heat, and I did not put any more heat on it until I went to her, and she was able to do it. If I couldn't get to her, I would put on a wig. If I couldn't put on a wig, I would try a braid out, a twist out, or something to just hold the over. Number three is that you have to learn your hair. This is the thing about going natural. Everybody wants hair that looks like someone else's. And I have people that I want to be like: Glam Twins, Journey to Wasteland, Naturally Niecy, and Chic to Natural. Hair goals every day, all day. But if you try to mark your natural journey or put it compared to somebody else's, you're going to be disappointed, because God gave you your own type of hair, and you have to embrace it, and you have to love it. And once you learn to accept your hair, you will be fine. Tip number four would be try new products. Natural hair is expensive, but I would try a new product. There are different gels, there are different curl creams, there are different combs, brushes, hair scarves, leave-ins. Like, there's so much stuff to try, and what works for you might not work for someone else, or for someone else may not work for you. And tip number five would be just to stick with it. I thoroughly enjoyed my transition. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. The first year, or the first 3 to 6 months, is hard because you're dealing with two different textures of hair. I will admit that having two different types of textures was difficult, but if you stick with it, it is so worth it. So definitely think you guys can do it. I will insert as much footage as I can of my natural hair journey, and leading or going into 2017, I do have some natural hair goals that I want to share with you guys. Since I am 100% natural, I would really like to learn more about my hair. It's nice to just have one texture, and it's nice to just be able to finally find, you know, what works for this hair. I plan to do my wash day routine. I plan to do some videos about how I do my twist outs, my braid outs. I get a lot of compliments on this bun, which is just my work hair. I don't do my hair when I go to work, just because I'm kind of rushed in the morning, so this is my go-to hairstyle, and I get a lot of compliments on this style. And they're like, oh, your hair's so pretty. So I will definitely incorporate some bun styles into it. But I just plan in 2017 to learn more about my natural hair, and to just embrace it and love it, because I absolutely love it. So if you guys want to come along for the ride, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I know this video was really quick, but I just wanted to share with you guys that I made it. I'm finally 100% natural, and I didn't have to cut my hair off, and the transition was super easy. You know, like I said, it's possible, girl. It is possible, girl. You just have to stick with it. You can ask my husband. I had times when I was like, you know what? I'm not about this natural life. I'm gonna get a relaxer and I'm gonna be good. But I really do love my natural hair. Now, I'm gonna also put this disclaimer out. I love my natural hair, but I also love my weaves. I love braids. I like to look versatile, and you know, you'll see me on here with a wig on real quick. I think my last video, or second to last video, I had a wig on. So you'll see different things. But if you guys want to come along on this ride with me, definitely subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.